Nadal retires from a Grand Slam match for just the second time in his career. Getty Images. Melbourne, Australia. An injured and visibly struggling Rafael Nadal retired while trailing in the fifth set of his Australian Open quarter-final match against Marin Cilic. Nadal, no. 1 in the world, fended off 5 breakpoints in the last game before Cilic broke his serve. Then the 16-time major winner went to shake hands with the umpire and his opponent, and angrily hurled his headband into his equipment bag. No. 6-seeded Cilic advanced to his first semi-final in Australia since 2010 with a score of 3-6, 6-3, 6-7, 5, 6-2, 2-0. Retired. Cilic, the 2014 U.S. Open champion, will next play No. 49 ranked Kyle Edmund, who beat No. 3 ranked Grigor Dimitrov 6-4, 3-6, 6-3, 6-4 to reach a Grand Slam semi-final for the first time. Nadal limped into a news conference about a half-hour later, still wincing when he stepped up onto a platform. He said he felt muscle pain in his upper right leg in the third set but played through it. In the fourth set, chasing a drop shot, he felt the pain get worse but didn't realize how bad. Quote, "Tough moments, not for the first time here," he said. "I'm a positive person, but today is an opportunity lost to be in a semi-final for a Grand Slam and fight for an important title for me. It's really tough to accept." Quote, Nadal said he'd have medical scans Wednesday to determine the exact location and extent of the injury, which he could only describe as being high on his right leg but not in the hip. "Unbelievable performance from both of us and really unfortunate for Rafa," Cilic said. "He's such an unbelievable competitor. He always gives his best. It's very unfortunate for him to finish this way." Quote, "It was only the second time Nadal had retired during a Grand Slam match. The last time was also an Australian Open quarterfinal in 2010 against Andy Murray. On Tuesday night, he needed a medical timeout after going down 4-1 in the fourth set for treatment on his leg. Nadal returned but was clearly bothered by the injury, limping and taking as much time as possible as he tried to stretch between points. He called the trainer again after losing the fourth set, and lasted only 2 further games. Cilic had only previously beaten Nadal once in their 6 previous matches in their first match at Beijing in 2009. In the women's bracket, Caroline Wozniacki advanced to the semi-finals at Melbourne Park with a 6-0, 6-7, 3, 6-2 win over Carla Suarez Navarro in an early Wednesday morning finish at Rod Laver Arena. The second-seeded Wozniacki won the first 7 games of the match but trailed 4-2 in the second set before staging a comeback. Suarez Navarro had to save 1 match point in the 10th game before Wozniacki was outclassed in the tiebreaker. Wozniacki had an early break in the deciding set to take a 4-2 lead, then broke again in the 7th game before serving out the match in 2 hours, 11 minutes. Wozniacki, who can return to the No. 1 ranking with her first Grand Slam singles title, plays Elise Mertens in the semi-finals. Mertens beat 4th-seeded Alina Svitolina in straight sets earlier Tuesday. Nadal had a delayed start to the season because of an injured right knee, but appeared to be in good form through the first 4 rounds. He now hasn't won back-to-back Australian Open quarterfinals since 2008 and 2009, the year he won his only Australian title. "I worked hard to be here," said Nadal, who skipped tournaments in Abu Dhabi and Brisbane, Australia, while his knee recovered at the start of the season. "We did all the things that we believed were the right things to do." Quote, his absence also means there's only one of last year's singles finalists remaining in the tournament. Roger Federer, who beat Nadal in 5 sets last year, is playing Tomas Berdych in a quarterfinal on Wednesday. Serena Williams didn't defend her title, deciding she hadn't had enough time to prepare following the birth of her first child last September. Her older sister, Venus Williams, was beaten in the first round. On top of that, six-time champion Novak Djokovic was upset in the fourth round. There'll be a British man in the Australian Open semi-finals for the seventh time in 9 years. But it won't be five-time finalist Murray, who skipped the season opening tournament to have surgery on his hip. Edmund had never played in a major quarterfinal, had never won 5 consecutive matches at tour level, had lost both of his previous matches against Dimitrov, and had never beaten a top 5 player. He checked all those boxes on Rod Laver Arena. "I am loving it right now, just the way I'm playing," Edmund said. "My first Grand Slam semi-final. First time I played on one of the biggest courts in the world. To beat a quality of player like Grigor, they're great feelings. So, yeah, I just try to enjoy it as much as possible." Quote, after breaking Dimitrov's serve in the 9th game of the 4th set, Edmund set up match point with an ace. Then he had to wait before a video challenge confirmed that Dimitrov's last shot, a floating backhand, was out. "I just held my nerve in that last game and prayed that last ball would be out," Edmund said. It was out. And so was Dimitrov, who lost a 5-set semi-final here last year to Nadal. "Everything went his way today," Dimitrov said. "It's hard to hide a disappointment. It hurts. And so it should." Quote, Edmund, who had a first-round upset over U.S. Open finalist Kevin Anderson, is now the center of attention for the tennis-loving British public. "I know what it feels like to be Andy Murray the last 8 years," he said. "It's probably the first time I've done well on my own. So there's more attention there. Of course you take it in stride." Quote, Elise Mertens is facing a similar experience. Mertens upset 4th-seeded Alina Svitolina 6-4, 6-0 to extend her winning streak to 10 matches, becoming the first Belgian since Kim Clijsters in 2012 to reach the semi-finals here. Mertens, who trains at Clijsters Academy, said, "Kim, thanks for watching. I'm trying to be in your footsteps this week." Quote, in the semis, she'll play second-seeded Caroline Wozniacki.